Okay, at the very basics of your usage of Windows 7 is going to be using what's known as My Computer or File Explorer. Essentially, it's the same thing, kind of two different looks, but the same thing underneath. If you right-click down here, you can say Open Windows Explorer, or if you left-click, you can just pick Computer. If you pick Computer, you will see all of your drives, CDs, flash drives, and so forth. So I'm going to start with the C drive. Now, at the very beginning, we call this the root. At the very beginning of any drive is what's known as the root. So say I'm at the command prompt, which I know this is not about the command prompt, but if you see a C colon or a C colon backslash or whatever, but there are no folders, that means I'm at what's known as the root. That's as far back as you can go, as far towards home of the drive as you can go. It's called the root. Okay, now here we go. I'm at the root, and up here you can see it says C colon backslash. Okay, I know it's got computer here, but that has nothing to do with the path. Okay, now these are called folders. If you want to create a new folder, you can right-click, go to New, Folder, and it gives you the opportunity to give it a name, say my name. Now folders contain other folders and files. Okay, folders are like organizers, kind of like when you go to your file cabinet, a folder contains stuff that is grouped by, type and organization and so forth. I can actually, once I even create this, I can rename it by right-clicking and saying rename. Oops, sorry about that pop-up. I have to do something about that. And say rename, and I can say Rick. You can delete just by either right-clicking and selecting delete, or you can hit the delete key. Okay, let me create a new folder called Joe. You can copy Joe by right-clicking and saying copy. And then out here on the desktop, you can say paste. And that will paste a copy of Joe. You can move Joe by just dragging him into another directory. So there's copy and there's move. Copy means you're actually creating a full copy of that folder and putting it in a different place. Move means you're just changing its location. Now if I double click, you can see the contents of this directory. You see there's that folder Joe that I stuck in there, and here are some miscellaneous files. Let me hit the back arrow key. Oh, and up here you can see the path. C indicates the root, and then I'm one level deep. If I click Joe, you'll see C, work, and Joe. Okay, so it's a hierarchical system. And I can hit the back arrow key and back up. Or instead of that, I can just click on the C drive and it'll put me at that level. Okay, Windows actually has quite a few other folders in it. The most important folder in Windows is called System32. And there are lots of other folders and files inside of there. And I invite you to go and explore the files in Windows and System32. Now, one warning. Files in Windows and System32 are usually system files, so you don't want to hose them up. Okay, now let's talk about files. The same thing exists with files. Go to New, Text Document, let's say Test1. And if I double click that file, it's associated with Notepad, and here I can type. Now one of the things you might notice is that there's no what we call file extension. And actually, Windows hides that for most files from you. But we're going to go ahead and change the operating system so it shows file extensions. If you hit the Alt key, you'll notice that another menu pops up here. And if you go to Tools, Folder Options, View, and now if you scroll down a bit, it'll say Hide Extensions for known file types. Deselect that. Click on Apply, click on Apply to Folders, and from now on you'll be able to see the file extension for all files. You can see now that test has a .txt on it. And I can rename that just like I did with folder. Instead of test, I can say quiz. I can move that into Joe just by dragging it. Open up Joe, and there you see it. I can copy it either by saying right click copy or Control C and going out here and pasting it down so it's you can't quite see it because it got stuck somewhere over here, but it's there nonetheless. Okay, so that's rename, copy, move, create, and to delete this all you do is single click and then say hit the delete key. And by the way, all of your deleted stuff, or most all your deleted stuff, ends up in the recycle bin if you want to get it back. Okay?